for today's tutorial, we are going to talk about how to adapt any be.come routine to avoid kneeling down on your knees. It's actually much more simple than you may imagine, and I want to make sure today that I give you the tools to empower yourself to switch up the series, change the position, and do what is best for your body. Before we begin, I want to make a very clear distinction about the moves that you are going to see today. So just because I'm changing up the position away from kneeling, it does not mean that I'm making the exercise easier. In fact, in some cases, I'm actually making the exercise harder because when you lift off of the knees or move to a standing position, it's going to require more core stabilization. So as you explore these different positions today, see what feels best for your body. What I will say is that we will completely get you off of putting any pressure down on the knees. Specifically, I'm thinking about those who are like post-operation or something and you're not able to put pressure on the knees. These are some really great options for you. And then one more thing I want to say is a lot of the positions seen here today will also help alleviate pressure on the joints. So this video could also be good for those of you who are experiencing wrist pain, neck pain, or lower back pain. So lots of good stuff today. Here is the main thing you need to know about adapting kneeling positions. So with those positions in mind, now I want to walk you through a couple different flows that you may see in a be.come project routine. The first flow I'll show you is when we move from a kneeling position to, say, a planking position. In this case, I would move my kneeling position to a wide standing squat, and then I'm using my chair almost like I've brought the floor higher to my body, and then I step back to my plank. If we were flowing from a plank position down to kneeling on all fours, maybe with a little single arm going on, it would look a little something like this. Plank position, I step the feet right underneath the hips. This recreates the position of kneeling on all fours. And now, single arm, the upper body positioning is actually the same. So if we were doing a kneeling torso twist, you would do this position standing in a wide squat, or if this bothers your knees, standing straight. Let's move through a single leg flow. So position is on all fours. My leg is coming through to a lunge, then I'm lifting up, then I'm coming to standing. Let's reverse it. Kneeling down, extending the leg out. So I'm going to start by setting up in my kneeling on all fours position. Here we go, leg is extended. Okay, step one was to bring the foot in, getting it ready for a lunge position. Now those on the floor are lifting their back knee off the floor next. But what you're going to do is you're going to step the foot back so then you're in a lunge. Now you just meet everyone else exactly where they are in this series. For the reverse, this would be the part where you would kneel your back leg down on the ground. Instead, you're going to step it forward to get it set, extend the opposite leg out, and you're right back where you started. Let's do an oblique series flow. So the flow is plank, bringing the knee underneath, opening up here. I love this series. Hand back down and pressing once again to a plank. The first thing you're going to do is move your plank up to a chair. And now, instead of bringing the knee underneath you, you bring the foot underneath you to twist. Then open up, and this is still so much core work. It may even be more core work than the floor because all you have is just your foot on the ground to stand on. So from here, completing this series, then coming back down to the plank. There you go. Just a couple other notes about the knees. So you are always welcome to double up your mat in order to give you a little more cushion on the floor. You could even kneel on a cushion or something like a gardening pad just for a little extra softness around the knees. And then the final thing that I want to say is if you do want to work on kneeling positions, always think about lifting your body weight up. So we constantly think about driving our weight upwards to try to get less tension on anything that is touching the ground. And this can just be a nice thought to have as you move forward, but at the end of the day, for some of you, putting that pressure on your knees is just not going to be right now, and I want you to know that you can absolutely switch it up using the things that you learned here today.